1,800 super athletes are getting ready to battle it out in the Ironman World Championship, the Super Bowl of triathlons. Joining us now is Carrie McCoy from Gahanna, who will be competing in this year's race. Carrie, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How excited are you for this?
I'm very excited for the opportunity to race.
You have actually competed in more triathlons than you tell me you can count.
Yeah.
What is it about them that you love?
It's just, I love competing. I love working really hard, and I love testing my limits.
Is there a part of the triathlon that you enjoy more than others? Like, I think the swim sounds so extraordinarily difficult. Everything does, but is there a part you enjoy more than the other?
I'm a runner, so I love the run the most. I think that's the most challenging part mentally, but that's my favorite part.
And you actually have taken this and turned it into a career, helping others to train. Tell us about that process. Do people ever come to you and maybe aren't very athletic and say, I want to train to do a triathlon?
All the time.
How do you begin?
Well, we start training.
Okay.
No, it's teaching them to love the sport as much as I do, but starting from the beginning levels of learning all the functions that go along with the triathlon, as well as swimming, biking, running, and the technique behind it.
And how have you been training for this particular race?
Hard. Long time.
Yeah.
So it's everyone looks at it as, I mean, it is a journey in itself, and it takes years to get here, and I've been doing just that.
1,800 people competing in this. That sounds like a lot to me. Can that be kind of a barrier to you, as an individual taking part in it?
No,
or?
a lot of Ironman athletes are actually 3,000 participating. So to only have 1,800 is great. The only issue is that it's the best in the world.
Right, absolutely. I would imagine that with a triathlon, of course it's physical, but it's got to be mental too. Can you talk about that component of it?
I talk about that with my athletes all the time, but it is all mental. And when it's out there, everybody's suffering. It's who suffers the most and how you embrace it.
And do you have some goals for this race?
Those kind of lie between my coach and I.
Okay.
But in general, it's to give 110% and show what I've got there.
And let's talk about, obviously, the scenery is going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the specifics of the course itself.
The swim is in the ocean, and from what I understand, it's crystal clear, but it's a pretty rough swim out there. And the run and the bike are all on the Queen K Highway. So in terms of scenery, it's not your best, but for most of us, we just put our head down and go anyway. It's very windy. It'll be about 105 degrees and about 100% humidity as well.
Do you anticipate this is going to be the most difficult one that you've ever done?
I think so.
Really?
I think it will be, mentally and physically. When you're racing against that kind of caliber of competition, everybody's giving 100%.
We're running out of time, Carrie, but for people that you've inspired this morning, what would you say to them that are interested in giving something like this a try?
I think it's just setting a goal and working hard for it, no matter what that is.
Small goals at the beginning.
Exactly.
All right. Carrie, thanks so much for being with us this
Thank
morning.
you for having me.